In the last episode of the show, we got introduced to the new enforcers. I'm here to tell you guys who the new enforcers are going to be. Chainsaw reacts with a beanie, and Chainsaw reacts who shaved his beard to play Jim Gordon in a DC fan film. Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction for you guys. It's Spectacular Saturday, you know what that means, guys. It's time for us to continue the Spectacular Spider-Man. This is Season 2, Episode 10, titled Gangland. It's crazy to think about this, but after I watch this episode, I'll only have 3 episodes left of the show, and it's done. That's crazy to think about. Like, honestly, it's been such a crazy and fun ride, and I feel like, oh, there's so much more to go, and there really isn't. After this episode, there's only 3 episodes more. And that's it. Like, it's really upsetting and frustrating, but I have enjoyed and loved this journey and enjoyed this experience of experiencing the show for the first time. It's been fantastic. So, like I said in that little jokey intro, the new enforcers were introduced. Of course, we've seen Shocker before. We got introduced to 2 new villains, essentially, but people brought up saying they were actually in the pilot episode, I think, of the show, which is crazy how long ago that was. But they were brought back in a way, and it was, what was it, Ricochet and Ox. I think his name was Ox anyways. It was really funny. In the middle of the episode, he's humming the Spectacular Spider-Man theme song. Spider-Man. And then people were commenting saying the ongoing joke or the question has been, how does he know the theme song? Where has he heard the theme song? So I don't know. Maybe a band performs it. Who knows? But, yeah, I'm just excited for whatever they're about to do because literally we only have 4 episodes left. So I'm not sure what they're going to do. I'm just ready to see what they do because I'm fully invested in this show and I am just prepared for anything really. Well, not really prepared because I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen here. But it's like, I trust that when I get into a new episode of the show as I'm continuing this journey, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to love it. And honestly, I've loved every episode. Some more than others, but honestly, I've really loved what I've seen so far of the show. And the fact there's only 4 left freaking sucks. But here we are. Episode 10, Gangland. Let's get into that, guys, and check it out and see what happens. And it's unfortunate. When the episode ends, I only have 3 more to go. But it was going to happen, unfortunately. So anyways, guys, here we go. Episode 10, Season 2 of the Spectacular Spider-Man, Gangland. Let's go.
Oh, this is flowers.
You forgot you were at the store. Oh, Valentine's Day.
Gentlemen, may I present Gwen Stacy.
Wow.
Hi.
You look like an angel.
Thanks, Peter.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That was sweet. Yeah, a little uncomfortable, you know.
Oh,
His wife.
Why?
Because it's Valentine's
Oh.
Day and you're giving me romantic or else.
Dr. Octopus.
Yes, you are correct.
But
Indeed.
where's our third party?
Silvio Manfredi has arrived.
Holy crap. Hello.
You need me watching your back. Just don't give me or my back cause to regret your inclusion.
Everything looks
Expensive. Does have the money?
Free. Helps
Oh.
be the owner's daughter.
Oh, okay.
What a surprise!
Don't touch me, sorry.
They're all cramped in now. That's weird. This is gonna be bad. Oh, he's in there.
Here's the deal. You need to make sure I don't say nothing to make Shishan think I'm stupid.
Oh my god.
Dude,
Seriously?
shut up!
The Manfredi families ruled New York for decades. You are not taking what is mine. You old school types.
Not taking
always
what's mine.
think
Oh boy.
You both think so small. Fighting over scraps like rats.
This is not gonna end well.
confidence, Doctor.
Oh, he called it. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't his plan. It wasn't. Oh my gosh, it was Hammerhead's doing.
Zip it! People are trying to hear.
And this is all happening and they can't hear this. Oh my gosh. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, they busted it out. Oh, in the wrong. I thought they were gonna bust into the thing itself.
Nice remodel on Ow!
What an idiot.
So,
He's such an
you
idiot.
enjoying your...
I'll try to come back soon.
He didn't kiss her, and he said sorry to Gwen. Oh my gosh.
We were all betrayed.
Yep. Hammerhead.
Hammerhead is a stooge.
Holy shit. How's nobody hearing this except for J. Jonah Jameson heard it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I like how, like, there's no, like, they're all on their own sides. Hello. So it's not really a fair fight.
New York's biggest jerk.
That was close. That was close. You want to move. You might want to move. It's unfortunate because they were all fighting each other. Now they're all fighting Spider-Man and still each other.
What kind of guy abandons his girl on Valentine?
Spider-Man, if you would known.
Harry.
Oh.
You know he needs the beagle to help his aunt.
Well, yeah, yeah. Da da da. I recognize music. Oh, he just pulls him. And then back, yep. Uh-oh. Oh, yes. Does that say he's about to do that shock move or something?
They're so not making old folks like they used to.
What would I be doing? And Peter's hanging with his friends.
Oh, yeah. Sure, friends.
Price for your constant interference. Two of my biggest enemies and this Jurassic jerk are taking each other out, and I'm trying to stop them. Why?
That's a good question. Why am I trying to stop this?
Oh, right.
Soon as we dispose of this pest.
Please tell me the fat lady's not singing.
L. Thompson Lincoln can't be seen collaborating with villains and gangsters.
I mean, that makes sense.
You don't have to be afraid to open your mouth around me.
He's afraid because he's something stupid. You do now?
This guy who stands up for what's right.
It's a commercial holiday created by florists and greeting card companies.
Nothing romantic about it. Yes! Yes, I will!
Okay, that just happened.
Can't see, but I don't need my sight
Oh.
to finish this.
Wow, took him apart pretty quick. Jesus. And he's done.
Spill, hamster. How have you blocked our cum?
Oh, it was him. That makes sense.
Like to know.
Really? You gonna tear his armor off?
Not a lot of octopi in the jungle.
Web at him.
Don't go anywhere.
Angry much? Need some anger management? Oh, come on. Come on.
I assume you remember our last physical encounter.
Yes. Yes.
I told you then. I don't look the other way.
Well, that was cool. Come on, Peter. Nice trick. About to say, he's not gonna go down that easy. Come on. Ooh. About to say, didn't do any damage. Knocked him out.
Everyone here saw Lincoln save that ungrateful webhead's life. What?
He's actually a bad guy.
But I need that job. You think this is about your job? Liz gets the job. Well, then what is it? Words.
What's the issue?
When Stacy.
Oh, okay. So that's okay.
You apologize to her.
You've created a power vacuum in the criminal universe.
And Hammerhead's taken over.
Nature abhors a vacuum. I should have known you were behind this.
Guilty. Guilty.
What? What?
Very guilty.
This is great. This is fucking awesome. This episode was so good. Oh, the green. Holy shit. Guys, this episode was so fucking good. So fucking good. Oh my gosh, there's so many things to talk about. Holy shit. Okay. I should have known it's going to be good because literally the first couple minutes they show Silvermane out of prison, the big man, Tombstone, and Dr. Octopus sitting down together. I'm like, this is not going to go well. This is not going to end well. And holy shit, I was right. And oh my gosh, it was so good. Okay. The ending first, because I think that's the best moment. And honestly, the whole entire episode is freaking fantastic, but the ending is the best moment. The big man, Tombstone, closes his doors and says, I knew you were behind this. Green Goblin is sitting there in his fucking chair. I'm the new big man. And he's laughing, going crazy and shit. I'm like, oh my god. It's Harry, right? It's gotta be Harry? But I don't know. Because they might be tricking us again, because, see, we were under the impression, at least I was, that Green Goblin was Norman, and then it turned out it was Harry. But then they show Harry under the floorboards of his bedroom having the liquid. He still has the formula there. But then they've been throwing some stuff about Norman talking about wearing masks and shit, so I don't know. I feel like it's going to be another fucking twist coming. I have no idea. But regardless, that was fantastic. I wonder when he figured it out. Because Hammerhead put all this shit together, it seemed, but he actually didn't. But this whole thing is they've been slowly building up where Hammerhead has been feeling like he's not really part of the big man's plans and all this shit. So it's been building up because it was the last episode that he basically messed up the new enforcer's whole plan throughout the episode. It was him. But it turns out it was the Green Goblin the whole time behind the scenes, behind Hammerhead. And so literally Hammerhead had this all planned out where he made it seem like the big man, Tombstone, called the meeting. They were like, well, you called the meeting. No, you called the meeting. And then he threw the gun. Hammerhead threw the gun to the big man. Tombstone says, good job, boss. Basically implying, yeah, good job on this working out and everything. You got them in the room together with you. Wow. Okay, so it's so crazy. Because a few episodes ago, we had, of course, villains fighting each other for that tech, for armored, rhino-armored, abilities for super soldiers or whatever, and it was all, of course, fake technology. It was never actually sent out by Norman, but it was a whole plan. But now, seeing these 3 different giant villains, Tombstone, Dr. Octopus, and Silvermane, with that mechanical suit, that was freaking cool. Them all fighting each other because they want power over New York. They want power over the city. So it wasn't like they're just fighting over some sort of disagreement. They're fighting over who's going to run this shit. Because Silvermane's just out of prison, and he's questioning, you can't just take what's mine. It's been mine for all this time and shit, and I think he said it throughout his family. So, Tombstone, you can't just take this. And Doc Ock, you have no stake in this whatsoever. And I like how they all have different mindsets on how to run the city. Because Tombstone, sitting there, he was like, look, you run the city like a business. Because Silvermane wants to run it a certain way. Tombstone's like, no, business. That's how I run it. It's what you gotta do. Doc Ock says, no, you gotta run it like a science. You guys are thinking so small. I'm like, so they have different viewpoints, which makes sense. And the fight was great. I love how it's all happening at this opera. And J. Jonah Jameson's there. He's been dragged in by his wife. I think the first we've seen his wife. I think we've seen her before. I think we've heard about her before, I think. But anyways, we saw her for the first time, and she was not happy with him. But he actually heard the shit going on outside. They're fighting outside. I'm surprised in that little room where all the fighting started. It's I'm surprised that, no one heard that. I guess soundproof room. But anyways, they're fighting out in the lobby. No one hears except for J. Jonah Jameson. And there's 2 kids who are came out of the bathroom or something. I'm not really sure. But they're all witnessing all this shit go down. And they're all fighting each other. And then Spider-Man shows up, and then at one point when they're outside fighting and stuff, and the action sequences, basically the whole entire episode's a big fight, basically, for the most part, was fantastic. So good. But what I liked is that when they're outside and they're fighting and going crazy, and there's an audience actually seeing them and stuff, and the police, that Peter gets slammed to a car, and he gets picked up by Quinn's father, and the other police officer okay, so I'm fighting these 3 villains who are trying to attack each other. Why am I trying to stop them? And then, quickly after it shows, oh yeah, public safety, because they are destroying shit and people can get hurt. I mean, literally when they were in the little lobby area, that big chandelier was going to crush the 2 kids and J. Jonah Jameson, so he actually saved them. But why am I trying to stop these 3 from fighting? If they weren't destroying shit, would he have stopped it? I don't know. I guess it depends on the situation and where they're located and where it's happening. But in this instance, there's a huge public crowd. The police, they're destroying shit that could fall down and hurt people, kill people. So it makes sense he has to intervene. But it was so crazy because they're all fighting each other. And then at one point, Doc Ock's like, no, we can run this together as a separation thing. Basically, we team up and run it in a sense, but we have to get rid of the arachnid. I like how Dr. Octopus says arachnid instead of calling Spider-Man. He calls him Spider-Man sometimes, but when he's angry, he calls him arachnid. Called him a pest too. But he says we gotta team up and take him out. And Tombstone freaking kicks Silvermane in the face, and then grabs behind and grabs onto the arms of Dr. Octopus. He's like, what are you doing? And he's like, look, my public perception, I can't work with the villains here, because at this point they don't see Tombstone the big man as a bad guy. They don't know that that's the truth. So I understood that point where he had to go he had to fight the villains, but he was really fighting for his power over New York, but ultimately he has to pretend he's the good guy. So it was really interesting to see that dynamic, and seeing Silvermane's suit and like using those like shockwaves and whatever, like that suit really helped him, because if he didn't have that suit, I don't know if he would have actually stood a chance against Tombstone or Dr. Octopus. I don't think he would have stood a chance at all. We saw Silver Sable a little bit. I almost said Silverman again. Silver Sable a little bit in the episode. That was cool to see her, even though she didn't have much to do besides just being there with her father. But it was really cool to see how Spider-Man was trying to figure out how to fight all of them and try to maintain all of it. And when they got pulled underground by Dr. Octopus, him and Tombstone, Dr. Octopus knocked out. But then Tombstone's like, well, no one's down here, so I can really show my true colors. So I like how the opera music actually overtook the actual rest of the audio in terms of like all you're hearing is the music and you're seeing the fight, but you're not hearing the punches and all that kind of stuff or the quips from Spider-Man. But Spider-Man versus Tombstone was honestly a highlight, because you saw where there was a lot of back and forth in terms of like, this is a rematch, we've been waiting for this, and Spider-Man ultimately got the upper hand because he strategized it out. If Peter went in full force and didn't really strategize his fighting, he would lose. But thankfully, he strategized and figured out how to throw stuff and to really manipulate the villains at times and make them do stuff that he wants them to do so he can get the upper hand ultimately. So it was really well done. While all this is going on throughout the episode, we also have where Peter and all the teens from high school are on this sort of date at this really fancy restaurant. And unfortunately, Peter has to leave because he goes to take photographs for the paper, which obviously that is a part of it, but that's not the full reason why, but still. And we see Gwen all dressed up. She's with Harry. And when he goes to leave, he doesn't kiss his girlfriend Liz goodbye. He touches Gwen's hand, who's sitting next to Liz, and says, I'm sorry. He's sorry for leaving Gwen. And he even says to Gwen when she gets out of the car, and I guess she has contacts in because she doesn't have glasses on. Hit my ring on the table. But anyways, she gets out of the car, no contacts, no glasses, and she looks completely different. Not really, but you get my point. Like, she's really like, she's beautiful. And he goes, you look like an angel. And Harry's like, puts his arm around her like, this is my girlfriend, man. It's like look. Because Peter almost kissed Gwen a couple episodes ago. He almost kissed her. I think that was during the episode when where Eddie revealed to J. Jonah Jameson, and they were investigating if he was Spider-Man, Peter. So that was a couple episodes ago. But like, yeah. And then I forgot that was that was her brother, the guy who was hanging out with MJ, who was on a undate or whatever. I for some reason it didn't connect. I think they might have said it at one point when he came back or something that my brother's back from juvie or something. It just didn't connect at the time. But when he told Peter, when he showed up late, obviously to try to talk to her at her house, he's like, look, she's not going to be your second choice. She's better than that. She's, basically telling Peter, look, it's not about the fact that you have a job. It's the fact that you told Gwen that you're sorry and you didn't kiss, her, Liz goodbye. Like, Peter, he wasn't thinking that through. But at the same time, Peter has to be open and honest about his feelings. If he truly has feelings for Gwen, this is a bad timing because he's dating Liz, and Harry, of course, his best friend, is dating Gwen. But if he honestly has feelings for Gwen, he shouldn't be with Liz, and he needs to tell Gwen, but at the same time, that's kind of like breaking like a whole, bro code? I have no fucking clue. I'm out of that high school shit. But this whole idea of that you don't go behind your friend who's dating a girl to tell the girl how you feel. Like, so it's a weird situation. But Gwen feels the same way, because Gwen even said that it was really sweet for Peter to say that she looked like an angel. So it's there. They almost kissed. They openly both tried to kiss each other a couple episodes ago. Of course, it stopped and everything due to a phone call from Liz or a text or whatever. But still, it's like, yeah. So this episode was crazy. It was crazy. And there was a lot going on here. There was a lot of big revelations. And I don't know what I guess Hammerhead's just working for Green Goblin now. I guess that's the whole plan. I don't know. But my God, this episode was great. It really was. I could just go on forever and keep talking. Like, I think I've been talking a lot longer than normal in terms of my reviews. But it was a fantastic episode. I cannot get over how good this was. Anyways, that's the video. I think I covered pretty much everything. Pretty much. Anyways, that's the video, guys. What you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. Whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.